And just as soon as I was starting to vibe out to that song, it cuts off. Welcome back. We are here. Well, let me first introduce myself. My name is Claybird. I'm with Mix 1063. And today I am joined by the superintendent of Hemlock Public Schools, again, Mr. Don Killingbeck. How are you, Don?
Oh, it's fantastic here in Hemlock. It's always great to be on with you, Clay, and wonderful,
Likewise.
wonderful time of the year in the summer for our families. For us here at school that show up every day in the summer, it's kind of a sad time. It's like, where's the lifeblood? Where are these kids at?
Right.
We understand everybody has to have some downtime and away time, but we do miss the kids around here.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things. I had to go to whenever I was in school. I'd have to go, pick up things or go to school whenever it's not quote unquote in session, and it does feel different. It just feels kind of like an empty vessel. You're like, where's all the life? And it's one of those things. Like as I was a student, one of those very few things that like made me be like, okay, I'm ready for this to start back up. So I hear what you're saying. It can get lonely there when no one's around. Don, speaking of summer, what are some cool things? I've been seeing a few things around. What's going on in Hemlock right now? There's some fun things happening.
We've got a couple things. One, we've got, like our farmers market. It happens every Thursday. I want to say it's 4 to 7, and super cool thing that happens in our community every week. Brings our community together at the park. We also at the park have Sawdust Days coming up in September 16th through the 18th. That's always a community event. Brings people together. A great time. The entertainment tent. With that, we actually have something I'm involved in and am passionate about is our beard and braid contest is part of the Sawdust Days. And it's on Saturday, September 17th, 1 o'clock. Last year, Clay, you think my beard is big, Clay? You would be amazed. We had national champions show up,
Wow.
and just it's a great time. We're sponsored by the school district, Detroit Grooming, Samson Hair Care. And so we'll have people from all over show up for that. And it's a lot of fun. And it doesn't mean that you have to have this huge beard to win, or you have to have like these huge braids. Some of it's playing the part, and some of it's just luck. I mean, I have seen over the years people with just really good coloring in their beard win because the judges love that. So we have multiple categories and braids and beards, and it's just a really fun time for people, and would encourage people to get to the farmers market, encourage them to be at Sawdust Days and come out and see the beard contest too. And so a lot of fun.
That sounds like fun. If there's a category for world's worst beard or world's patchiest beard, I think I might be able to enter that one. But outside of that, I would just be a spectator.
It's we've had people with your level beard enter, and
Your level. That's a nice way to say it.
your level of a beard enter, and sometimes just for fun. And I've seen them shave shapes into their beard and really go all out. But some of it too is if you showed up with a flannel and some suspenders and kind of looked that part, you might be able to pull it off.
Might be surprised.
You might be surprised. It's a lot of fun.
It sounds like fun. Well, it sounds like you've got a lot of cool stuff going on in Hemlock this summer. One of the things that's coming up that I wanted to talk about was there's an election on August 2nd. Am I correct there?
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that. What's going on with that? I think there's an operation renewal, some Saginaw ISD things. Like, talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so the operational renewal is on businesses and second homes. It's kind of interesting how Michigan is structured. So, recently our state just finalized the budget for next school year, and there's a per pupil amount. So, just keep things simple. We'll just say it's $9,000 per pupil.
Wow.
And our operational millage, and this happens all over the state with every school district, we have to have our voters approve that dollars that they're approving is not an increase in our operation. It's actually reduced from that per pupil amount. So we get like 9,000 student. The state is saying, hey, In Hemlock, your operational millage, your non-homestead, your businesses in second homes is worth $1.7 million for next year. We're going to reduce what we're sending you by 1.7 million. And so it's kind of a really interesting piece that's part of the Michigan school finance system. And so every school district has to pass these. Some school districts, that 1.7 million is higher. It's a larger portion of their funding because their businesses are second homes. Like up north in certain resort areas, that dollar gets way higher. And in certain, commercial areas, that dollar figure may get way higher. It doesn't impact the average homeowner at all, and we're required to pass it. So we have it on our election. If it wasn't passed, we'll have it back in November. Really encourage people to understand what they're voting on. It is a renewal. It's not an increase in taxes. And if it doesn't pass, it's actually in what we get from the state. So we're required to pass it.
Yeah, no, it's important things, and you touched on a really good point. Making sure that people know what they are voting for, because
Right.
I don't want to lump anyone in, but it happens a lot, not with just these types of elections, but even larger elections. People don't really know what it is they're voting for. They just are like, oh, this sounds like it's going to cost me more money, or my taxes are going to go up, or fill in the blank. So it's really important to be educated on these subjects for sure.
Yeah. So the other thing that will see on the ballot in communities all across Saginaw County will see on the ballot. So the operational is kind of limited to Hemlock. There might be some other places in the county that will see that as well. I believe Chesaning Schools is going to be on that August election. So those voters will see it, an operational renewal. But something that's going to come across in every county, or in our county across all school communities, is the Saginaw ISD election, the special ed millage. And what's going on there, Clay, is it's kind of interesting. In our county, we get billed backs. So we have to provide services for our special needs students, and our ancillary staff is billed back to the school district. In Hemlock, it's to the tune of $300,000 to $400,000 a year that we have to take out of our operational dollars and pay for services. And if this Saginaw ISD millage is approved by voters across our county, what will happen is we won't get billed back anymore. And it's for the term of about 10 years. And so it's $3 to $4 million that'll be generated in non-billing back. And so, like, we won't receive that $300,000 to $400,000 bill. And so we'll be able to take those dollars and dedicate them to students and serve more services to our students. And so really, nice thing for our school district that's on the ballot for people to consider.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And these things add up. I believe you said it's every 10 years. So yeah, that stuff adds up. We're talking millions of
Right.
dollars over a period of time. So yeah, everyone listening, make sure you're informed. Make sure you
Yeah.
get involved with that, and don't let
Well,
it don't let it slip.
yeah, there's like 56 ISDs in the state of Michigan, and I want to say we're in the bottom tier when it comes to special ed funding. And this doesn't put us first if it's approved, but it does put us in like the 20s. And so you're like, okay, it takes us, from the bottom tier of funding in the state, and does move us up into the 20s. Like, let's say we're not quite top third, but we'll be closer. And so, it's a big shift for our county if this was successful.
Yeah, every bit matters. Um, Another thing that, if any students are listening right now, you may be excited about this, you may not be excited about this, but back to school. School is going to be starting up soon. Summer can't last forever. So let's talk a little bit about the start of this next school year.
Yeah.
The
So,
school of choice, obviously, one to be Hemlock.
so I
And
mean,
Yeah.
a lot for people to consider. We've had over the years, we've had a lot of people move into Hemlock to have their kids be able to attend here, and we do have a limited school of choice policy, so we don't. It's not unlimited, so you have to apply and have to get accepted. We really encourage people to be part of the community, even if they are part of that school of choice. We want them to be part of the community if they're sending their kids here to school. So school for us starts August 22nd. And we do have a school of choice application window that'll occur in August. We really encourage, if people are interested, we do have some spaces available. They'll go back fast or go fast. And so we encourage people to contact us. Our number is 989-642-5282. You can contact our office, find out more information about school of choice and about enrolling your child, or you can visit us at hemlockps.com, and we have some buttons and links that'll allow you to see the enrollment process. But yeah, people are interested in enrolling. I know it seems like school's so far away. It's more than a month away. It will happen fast, Clay. That month is a blink of an eye. As soon as as a lifelong educator, the moment you hit 4th of July, you kind of are like, oh my gosh, I'm on the roller coaster and it is downhill.
Yeah.
It is picking up speed. It's like when that corn is knee high, I know that, back to school is around the corner. And so, uh,
Absolutely.
yeah, so in for us, it's an exciting time. I know our students are getting to that point in the summer where they're missing us and missing school and missing each other, and so yeah, we're prepared and ready for the start of the 22-23 school year, and very exciting times for us.
It sounds like it. It sounds like it's going to be a good year. Another thing, as far as the elementary goes, I understand that there's a new elementary principal, correct?
Yes, so we are. It's kind of been a tradition here for one principal to service two buildings, and so we've had Hemlock Elementary and Casey Ling Elementary under the leadership of one building principal, I believe, since the start. And so, since the 1974 is when we built Casey Ling Elementary, and so since 1974 principal, I mean both buildings. And Clay, things are super exciting here in Hemlock. People are drawn to the school district. We launched our early childhood center in 2014, which includes preschool, but a child care, aftercare, before care programming. And that at that point, our building was almost empty here at 200 Wilson. We were down to a couple classrooms in preschool and in 2 rooms for childcare. Since then,
Wow.
we launched in 2014. This building has completely filled up, and we are actually my office is in this building, and we're getting kind of like pressed on, like, hey, you guys might have to move out because we need the space. It's just super exciting. So with that level of growth, we looked at like adding a part-time principal here at the elementary, and that would alleviate some of that back and forth of our Casey Ling principal, who has served in both capacities. Principal Lori Gensch, just amazing, principal, has done that for the last 5 years. So what we did is looked internally, like how can we manage, what can we do with a part-time principal, and we've reassigned it to Corey Snyder. So super excited. Corey has served as our athletic director for the 21-22 school year, came on board at the end of 21, and worked with us a little bit at the end of the 2021 school year, and then all last year. And so his role is expanding. He'll service the 200 Wilson Elementary building, which is our early childhood through kindergarten, and then also included will be his AD duties. And so it's a really good use of his leadership. It frees up Principal Gensch a little bit more time at Casey Ling, because both of these buildings are just growing and excitement, and we want to provide the best for our kids and our families.
That's amazing. Well, congrats to let me do this the right way. Congrats to Mr. or Coach Schneider, whichever he prefers, on the new duties, and that is exciting. Don, is there anything else that's going on, either this summer leading up to the school year or within this next new school year that's going to happen, else that you want to cover before I let you go?
Yeah, there's just a level of enthusiasm. We have a number of projects, Clay. So uh, we had passed this bond in May.
Mhm.
Exciting news. Our credit rating just got upped by Moody's. They rated us an A1. So that's good news for our community. Means that, it's going to generate the same amount of dollars, but at a lower cost to our community. And so we just sold our first series of our bonds today. There was incredible interest. And so we now will start to see some bond dollars come into the district. And we have a fleet of projects currently on target for summer of 2023. And so I got to tell you, Clay, next summer, we're talking next summer, there's going to be some great things happening here at the elementary building. We're going to be shifting our playground, moving it to behind the school, creating a parking lot, and changing the traffic flow for our buses in our community to allow a little better flow. We'll use the high school, elementary, and then we'll create a traffic pattern that'll change, connecting it to our Pine Street. So lots of great things happening on the outside of the building here at Hemlock Elementary. Now, I don't know if you can see me beaming through the camera here. Uh, at Casey Ling, we've done a ton of work this summer already. We've put in a new fire lane behind the building, some outdoor learning centers, recarpeted, painted, updating things there as we speak. We put in, I think, 14 skylights there, and we've kind of self-performed that. Next summer, we are adding our physical education center there, our recreational gym, which will then change the way we're able to use our current gym. Our current gym is like a gathering space, student, full assemblies happen there. It's kind of been, a gym area. It's also used for rec sports, but we'll be able to use that as overflow for our cafeteria because, as I mentioned, we're growing, and so the
Sure.
spaces are tighter and tighter. So we're going to connect our current cafeteria to our current gym, and have some, overflow there. It'll be an indoor recess space. We'll still use it as an overflow gym, used for rec sports, but we'll have a brand new physical education rec gym at Casey Ling that'll go in next summer. And then also exciting for fall of 23 is our target. We're going to have turf at Wallace Field. And so that project is slated. And I'm sure there's going to be some other projects as well. That's
Sure.
our first series of projects that'll happen. In the meantime, every classroom, pretty much K-8, will have new flooring, new paint, some new furniture. Technology should be all updated in those rooms as well. So exciting. So we're actually, our goal is to impact every student, every classroom, K-12 across the school district, and we'll see some of those things happen.
It
I'm
sounds
sure this interview's probably gone longer than you expected. I'm going, oh my
no,
gosh. Yeah, I just get
no.
so passionate, excited. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no, yeah, no, you don't need to apologize. I can hear the passion in your voice and I can see it in your mannerisms. And it is exciting, building something up and seeing the growth and seeing everything going, how you envisioned it and having so many new exciting things on the docket. I mean, you should be passionate about it. So once again, we have the website ticking down here. Visit hemlockps.com for more info. And Don, I'll let you finish enjoying the rest of your summer. I'm excited to see all of the new exciting changes with Hemlock, and we'll talk to you next time.
Already sounds good, Clay. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Don.